I've had a few people ask about the archive for the book study Twitter chat, and so I thought the best way to do that would be through a video since there's multiple tools involved. I started out with an IFT applet that took any tweet with the ET Coaches hashtag and added that to a Google Drive spreadsheet. And if we dig down into that, what I did is just set up the search for the hashtag and then had it create a brand new spreadsheet that it would save in my Google Drive. Note that after 2,000 rows, it's going to create a new spreadsheet for us. And so we just actually started the third spreadsheet last night, which will give us a brand new spreadsheet to look at here in a moment. I left all of the formatting the same. This is going to give me the date and time. This is going to give me the username, the text of the tweet, a direct link to the tweet, and if there is a URL in the tweet for a resource or a website, it's going to include that as well. And then I simply saved that. I did specify what folder I wanted it in my Google Drive, and once I saved that and the app started running, it created an IFT folder in my Google Drive. There's my original file. There's the one it added a couple weeks ago, and this number 2 is the one that was just added last night. This is the spreadsheet that was just created last night. If I pull this over, it's going to show me that it just started around 11 o'clock last night was the first tweet with that. What I did with this spreadsheet was I then put that into an awesome table and started with a blank view. I selected my spreadsheet, and then once I had that set up, I could then start editing that. And so I'll just kind of go through here and kind of show you how this is set up. This is the data source. That's the spreadsheet that I was using. I selected the range. I did a table view. I set it at 25. That's just 25 rows that it shows at once. You can set that however you want that. And the layout is a filter and chart. I didn't change anything with the filtering. In advanced parameters, I did change the template to make this column a little bit wider. I'll get to that in a second once I show you that template as we dig down further into the spreadsheet. This is the spreadsheet that is feeding all the information into that awesome table. This is going to look a little bit different because it has these first 2 columns at the top, which are critical for the awesome table to work. And I think I simply copied this from another template that I'd found through Awesome Table. The top row is the column header, the name of the column, and the second row is the information that Awesome Table uses to set up the filtering and the searching. I set up a date filter for the date. I didn't put a filter on the time. I did a category filter for the Twitter user, which gave us that drop-down, this drop-down menu there. And then I did a string filter for the tweet column, which gave us the search box that we could search for A1, A2, or any kind of keyword with that. I also had to do a little bit of research because, as I said earlier, the tweet column here was narrower than I wanted, and it was giving much more space to this next column that had the link in it. And so that's where the template comes in. The template is actually a second sheet with a little bit of CSS in it that I copied from another source. And basically what I did is for the tweet column, I just set that up over here as a wide class, 500 points or 500 pixels, and that then made this wider so that the majority of the space on the screen was given to the tweet column and not one of the other columns. Once I had my template set up, I needed to then link this template to my settings in Awesome Table so that it would read the CSS and apply it to the table. So going back into the settings, under Advanced Parameters, there's the name of that sheet, template, and then the range that I wanted it to search for the information, just from cell A1 all the way to column C, and that linked it to the Awesome Table and made those formatting changes take place. You'll notice that the formatting of this is the raw export of the tweets. This is what it looks like when I've done nothing to it. You notice the formatting here is a little bit different. The date and the time are in one column here. Over here I've got the date in one column in a different format with the numbers, and then the time is in a separate column. What I did, and I'm going to go ahead and edit this, is I created a column to the right, which gave me a blank column, then selected this column, or I can just select these rows, and then I split the text into the columns, and then selected custom and typed in @ because what it's going to do is it's going to remove @ and it's going to separate the date from the time. So when I click @ it gives me two separate columns. The next thing I had to do was set this up for format, number, and date, and then it puts it in that. Now because this is the third spreadsheet that's created, I need to copy and paste this over to my original spreadsheet. I'm going to do that here. I'm going to put a marker at the bottom so that I know where I left off last time. It'll also be easy to tell because the next tweet that comes in is going to be in that different format with that. And so I'm just going to select that, copy, and then come over here to my original spreadsheet, go all the way down, because remember, this is the first spreadsheet it created, and this is the one that's actually connected to the awesome table on the site. I'm going to paste this here, and now everything is there. I'm going to take that off because I don't need that, and all these tweets are now live. Once I had the awesome table established, I then embedded that into a new Google site to make it a little bit neater and give me more options in formatting that and adding our PLN logo and some informational text to that as well. So I clicked on the share option on my awesome table. It gave me a link. Then I went into my new Google site, created that with the template I wanted, clicked embed, copied that or pasted that URL there, and then it put that into the website. I resized that however I wanted to, added the text, added the logo, and published that, and that was ready to go. Once I have everything set up, the archive pretty much takes care of itself, except I have to do that little bit of reformatting to get everything in the correct order and the correct format for the awesome table to read that. I have some new tweets in there that have come in since I last looked at this spreadsheet. This is the live spreadsheet. This is the third one it created. And when I left these two columns as yellow, for some reason it copies that yellow formatting, which makes it very easy to see where the new tweets are. So as every day, a couple times a day, I'll come into the spreadsheet and reformat this. And since this is the third spreadsheet, I will then have to copy that to the original spreadsheet to get that into the live awesome table. First thing I need to do is to move all of this information here. I need to move it over to give me room to separate or to split this first column. So I'm going to select the text, I'm going to cut it, a Control X, and then I'm just going to move over here and I'm going to paste it, and it's just going to move everything over there. I'm then going to select this column, go up to the data, split into columns. I'm going to select the separator as @ and then click out of that. Next thing I need to do is set the format for the date, and then I'm ready to take these columns, copy them, go back to my original spreadsheet, paste them into the spreadsheet, get rid of that, and now they're live and they're ready to go.